being in IT and then with the pandemic coming down, you saw a lot of people like losing jobs and people were without work. And during the pandemic and things that were going on, I told my wife, I was like, look, we need to do some things, need a little tax write-off here, this, that, and the other. Let's go ahead and start our own business. And we started the detailing business, Upshift Solutions. Well, what that taught me is that you need to have a side hustle going on at all times. It doesn't have to be a major side hustle, but you need something that you can fall back on, because I'm in IT. There are people that were losing jobs in the IT world and then they had to go hunt and look for another job. I don't want to be without money coming in. I still need to be able to take care of the household and just be able to provide. So you got to have yourself a hustle on the side just to make sure that, in case things happen, you're good to go.
During this pandemic, a lot has happened in my life and in my family life. I was at a point where I was not working, and it was like, Lord, what am I going to do? And how am I going to make it through? And the Lord birthed in me a vision to start my own business. And so I started a business, and I had a plan, and I was focused on what that plan was going to be. And I went out and I started doing what I thought was what He wanted me to do. Business started out really good, was going great, but then there was times where business would fall off and things weren't happening as I thought they should be happening. And so I started to doubt myself. I started to doubt the vision that was given to me, to the point where I almost felt like giving up and stopping, doing what it was that I was doing. And what I was doing was something that I actually loved to do. And it was said to me, I heard the scripture, and I knew the scripture, and it just reiterated that I'm to trust in God and to trust in His plan. And that scripture was Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future. And so that has been everything to me during this time in my work life, because no matter what might be going on around me, business being slow or things, happening for a certain reason, people canceling appointments, whatever it may be, sometimes I would get down. And it was the Lord spoke to me and just said, trust me, trust the plan that I have for you. This is the plan that I have for you. Trust in my plan. And so whenever I would feel down about, things not moving the way that I wanted to move, or me not having the things that I felt that I should have in order for my business to be successful, it was, it came to me that I needed to trust Him. I needed to trust His plan. Although I might not have what I think that I need, I have everything that He gives me everything that I need to be able to do what it is that He has called me to do in my business. And so, I put my trust in Him. And I focus on that scripture to help me to continue to make it through and to continue to do, what it is that I'm doing. And it has really, really helped me because, there have been times or days or weeks actually where it's like, oh goodness, I don't have any appointments. I don't have any business going. Business is so slow. We're in this pandemic. People don't want to, hire you to do what it is that you do. But yet God continues to keep me and continues to watch over me, continues to provide for me during this whole time. And it all reverts back to Jeremiah 29:11 and the plan that He has for me. He is covering me. He is covering my family. We, want for nothing. We go without nothing because He gives us everything that we need. And it's just focus on me, focus on the plans that I have for you. And that's what I've done. And again, sometimes it may not look like how I expect it to look or how I think things should go, but things are going right along with what His plan is and what he has for me.
A lesson I've learned during this pandemic is to find your Zen moment, to find your own personal therapy moments, to find your thing that can center you in and get you back to level 0. We reflect on things that we do every day. We move, even in our own space. We still had tasks that had to be accomplished, but we can't go out to do our self-therapy moments, such as going to the movies or even getting a manicure, getting a pedicure. So what were we doing during this pandemic to help us channel back in and find our Zen moment? So finding that therapy moment within your own space that can help you center in and level out and be your ground zero. What was it? What did you find? What could you do at the end of the day that will take you from your work session to your home session and make it a peaceful place for you? So for me, it was finding that activity, finding that moment, finding that Zen peace, and then maximizing it for my benefit, so I did not lose my mind in my own space. That was something I learned during the pandemic, which was find your own therapy moment, whether it be prayer, meditating, reading scripture, reading a devotional, watching a show, exercising, whatever it is, finding that Zen moment, that level moment, maximizing it to maintain your sanity, your spiritual health, your mental health, your psychological health, your physical health in this pandemic. And then taking that and carrying it over into when we get out, making sure we maintain that Zen moment.